on It's a Living, we go to work in Churchill, Manitoba, where it's one job to keep bears away from people and another to bring people close to the bear.
That's a little one. I don't want to be near a big one.
And Team Canada has a hair-raising experience at the Las Vegas Hairdressing Olympics.
It's a living. It's a living. Come on, everybody, let's get to work.
And now, two-time Gemini Award winner, the hardest working man in the TV business today, Peter Jordan.
It's a living.
Well, they don't call Churchill, Manitoba the polar bear capital of the world for nothing. People come from everywhere to get close to the bears. That's where the job of natural resource officer comes in. That's where the job of tundra buggy operator comes in. We are loaded for bear. We have got one bus here loaded for bear. Should I fire one off?
You betcha, let her rip.
Churchill, Manitoba, over 1,000 kilometers due north of Winnipeg. Surrounded by, a lot of wilderness, the town started out as Fort Prince of Wales, built on the shores of Hudson Bay to protect the fur trade. But European soldiers had never really experienced those wind chills of minus 100 degrees. The fort was quickly abandoned. Some hardy people remained, though, and the town now boasts a population of almost 1,000. They are, however, outnumbered 20-1 by the polar bears.
Basically what happens is they come off the ice south of Churchill, and when the weather cools off like this, they start heading north, looking for ice floes to hunt seals on, and Churchill's right in their northern migration path.
All those bears sometimes make the local residents kind of nervous, but tourists flock to Churchill from all over the world to see these magnificent creatures. Conservationists and tourist operators have formed a unique working relationship. We're going to work with both.
The general objective of the Polar Bear Alert Program is to protect people from bears and protect the bears from people, to sum it up in a nutshell.
Richard Romanuk is one of 6 natural resource officers who patrol 24 hours a day, trying to maintain a perimeter around town to keep the bears out.
Yeah, this is the high school on the right here, and they call it the complex. That's where the swimming pool and curling rink and skating rink is as well. They'll come up just on the back side of the complex.
Where you can see the potential for danger, obviously.
That being that close to the school. Yeah.
Despite the constant vigilance, bears still end up in town. Hopefully, they'll wind up in a bear trap rather than the schoolyard.
You can see the little bag of bait in here. That's
Okay.
seal fat.
Oh, seal fat. We got the genuine article,
The genuine article, that's what attracts them. And the bear will come along.
You don't mind, I'm just doing a quick check because I'm thinking 30 miles an hour those things can run. I get halfway to the truck and he'd have... Boy, that is big. It's just 20 minutes into our workday, and as we head into a residential neighborhood... Hey, right...
Nope, look at that.
Right there.
There you go.
Right there, right beside the road.
Peter's first polar bear, look at that.
Oh, I didn't know it meant like right in town.
First day on the job.
Carefully, we try and scare the bear away from homes with noise-making cracker shells.
There he goes.
And then the chase is on. We're doing 25 kilometers an hour. The bear's having no problem staying well ahead of us. But he reaches the edge of the bay where we can't drive, so Richard is forced to call in air support. Before I even realize what is happening, a specially trained conservation officer in the helicopter has shot a dart and tranquilized the bear. I don't know, this bear looks pretty awake to me. And I could have done without this close-up of all those teeth. Now, polar bears can weigh as much as 600 kilograms. Lifting him onto the truck requires the whole team.
Come on, Peter, pick your end up there.
Yeah, that's a heavy bear. Oh. The paint on this bear means it isn't the first time he's been caught in town.
Look at the size of it.
It's a little one. Yeah,
This is a little one.
it's a little one.
If that's a little one, I don't want to be near a big one.
As a repeat repeat offender.
He's a bad boy.
He's going to jail.
He's going to jail.
Our bear is transported to the polar bear jail. Here he'll cool his paws until the ice forms on Hudson Bay. Then he'll be transported far from Churchill to feed on his natural prey, seals. Now, no one is allowed in the jail in order to minimize human contact, but that doesn't stop the tourists from watching our every move.
Word gets out fairly quickly in town.
Okay.
A lot of the tour operators have scanners, and they listen to our radio conversations, so when they know that we're
I see.
handling a bear.
So that's 1, 2, 3 bus loads.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that everything you did on your job was being filmed by...
Well, not only by media, but by private people, that's right.
It's all over now, folks. Nothing to see here.
With thousands of tourists coming to Churchill each year from all around the world, it's no surprise that tourism is driving this economy. Specially designed buses known as tundra buggies transport the tourists into bear territory just outside the town.
Any given day, we can have approximately 18 vehicles out here.
Wow.
You'll see all the vehicles out dispersed all around the land. Oh, we got a bear here.
It's Kevin Burke's job as a tour guide to get people as close to the polar bears as possible, while at the same time keeping both species safe.
We have to protect the people, us local people who live here year-round from these bears. Natural Resources does an excellent job at doing that. It's kind of ironic. They have to kind of protect the people and the bears from the people also. And here we are going out in their environment and watching them. It's like we're in the zoo and they're out and, watching us.
Invading the bear's territory from the safety of the tundra buggy is kind of fun. Back in Churchill, the resource officers aren't having any fun at all. It seems the bears have decided to stage a little invasion of their own.
Well, the joint's jumping today.
The joint's jumping today. We got 2 in snares and 2 in the dumps. So by the time dinner time rolls around, that'll be 5 bears handled.
Wow.
And that's a typical day in the latter part of October, early November.
We've got a lot of work to get done yet in this typical day.
Is that ever beautiful?
Our first bear has been tranquilized at the dump, and other officers are waiting for help to lift yet another tranquilized bear.
Dragon?
Oh, look at the size of that. It's hard physical work, and time is critical.
Oh, you didn't tell me this was going to be hard work.
The effects of the tranquilizer won't last long.
Look at the size.
Oh, I'm exhausted already.
All right, let's go.
But there's no time for a rest yet. Those other officers have already been waiting for us for 15 minutes. So this is what they meant by a big bear. There's 7 of us lifting this big male. We're still having trouble.
The truck isn't even big enough.
And we're at the furthest snare north of the...
Our last bear for the day is caught in a snare trap. We quickly tranquilize the bear before he can harm himself.
So this bear's never had human contact before.
First time.
This is a new bear to town, so we have to take measurements,
12.
Okay, they want this for DNA, so we put
a
this back.
DNA sample, tag him, give him a tattoo,
That's next.
all before he wakes up.
Is any of you guys lifting or is it just me?
Now I'm really tired,
Isn't awesome.
but we still have lots of work to do. Because the polar bear jail is full, we're going to have to put in some overtime today to airlift 2 of our bears. When we come back, we prove that polar bears can fly.
If you look to the left, you will...
And check out this unlicensed tundra buggy driver. Stay tuned for a roundup, Churchill style.
We're at sea now, Billy.
Come on, everybody, let's get We've been wrangling polar bears with natural resource officers in Churchill, Manitoba. And we've gone hunting for them out on the tundra.
Oh, we got a bear here.
With tourists from all over the world.
We're in the zoo and they're out there looking at us.
En kommer kul att se snow.
We put in a long, hard day capturing polar bears in Churchill, and our workday's not over yet. We caught so many bears, we have to airlift 2 of them immediately. And we've got to hurry with every passing second the tranquilizer is wearing off. Things get off to a good start. Our job now is to fly these bears far away from town. That means a 1-hour flight. The bears won't be asleep much longer than that.
Okay, what we'll do, Peter, when we get out there, we're going to land first. Pick a spot. Jody will set down with the bears, and I'll cover both you and Jody with the shotgun in case there's any other bears in the area that the helicopter doesn't scare away.
As we approach the landing area,
Make a circle around there, just check, see if there's any bears around there. Okay, well, I'm going to land by the cabin here, and hold on a sec.
bad news.
There's a bear right down here, a sow and cub. 2 cubs. Okay, we got a sow and 2 cubs laying down here, eh? Real close.
We have to land anyway. Our bears are about to wake up. Things are way more relaxed out on the tundra buggy. Okay, everybody hang on. Nobody stand up, nobody go to the bathroom. That is until I take the wheel. Oh, here we go now. Whoa. If you look to the left, you will see a big rock. We're at sea now, Joey. And we can plainly see who should be driving this bus.
Trying to ensure that my tires don't hit the rocks on the right side.
Everett Olson has been giving people a slightly more comfortable ride for the past 8 years.
It's great. I mean, you know, I get to come out, drive people out to see the biggest, baddest thing on the planet, and I get to drive around in a monster truck and I don't have to pay for the gas, so I'm thinking it's a pretty good deal.
It's the end of the road, and there's a real show waiting for us.
This sparring is what they call mock fighting or play fighting. 2 of them will get up and kind of approach each other, and they'll start mouthing each other, and all of a sudden they'll start pushing and shoving and standing up and going at it like boxers.
For tourists who want to watch the show a little longer, there's even a portable hotel parked on the tundra.
We have a variety of guests, pretty well from all over the world.
Amateur and professional bear watchers, and more importantly, all these polar bears gather here.
He's doing his exercise. He's been rolling.
Oh, isn't that cool? Oh, doesn't that look like fun?
Yoga time for the bears.
Well, he's putting on quite a show, eh?
He's a comic, this guy.
Dennis Camperi provides a unique service for people who can't make it up to Churchill. During polar bear season, he broadcasts over the internet 24 hours a day.
So I can just hit up the address and I will see what you're sitting here filming, basically.
Yeah, exactly. We have, it's called a 15-second refresh. So what happens is the camera will take a picture every 15 seconds, and you can see that.
So how do you feel about the bears?
This here is Buggy 1. This is the original buggy, and I'm the original buggy driver. I've been doing this for about 20 years, so I have quite a bit of feelings about the bears. We like them here.
Right about now, I'd rather be watching all of this on the internet. There's a mother bear and her cubs about 100 yards away, and our 2 bears are about to wake up.
1, 2, 3.
This is one time I don't mind being rushed on the job at all.
For the size.
In just a few minutes, these bears are going to be wide awake. Ooh, puffed at me. Our job is done, and just in time.
Well, you know what I'm really happy about? That there's lots of bears and that there's people like you guys looking after them. I think you do a terrific job here. Boys, stay out of the dump.
As we head back to Churchill, I have a real appreciation for why the polar bears mean so much to everyone here.
All the guys that are up here enjoy working with the polar bears. And obviously, if you request to be posted here, it's something that you have to enjoy.
I absolutely love my job. I've gotten hugs from 80-year-old men that were glad they made it home. So, you know, it's kind of sweet.
What do I think of my job?
Yeah.
Best job in the world, Peter. It is, really.
All right, coming up next, a big hairy deal.